So week 3, starting off our series, Ballin Ballers versus Starbreakers. Game 1 here on Clarion Test Chamber. You can see the drafts as we look at this, but an orb rep missile prop start for game 1, and a lot of orb reps coming out. Z Yoshi, my friend, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here in this series in this game 1.
Number one thing I'm looking at right now is this Drakkar midfield for the side of Starbreakers coming out. Mag Soul's missile prop. We've been seeing a lot of Drakkar Brawler, especially with the missile prop, heavy impact, etc. Really easy to get a lot of kills off the edge. Now it's back in the midfield for Jay. Very interesting pick. We're going to have to see what Jay will be able to do with it and how she can support Just Logan here. But in the meantime, we see two, I think, exceptional missile prop characters, one of which has orb rep, my bad, on the side of Ballin Ballers, Dr. Bebop and Lufoxio taking the Dubu and Aimee. Lufoxio off field right now, but Bam, with a big core flip up to the top corner, Bam, hit him with it. No teammate, no problem. Gonna be putting that right in.
Yeah, nothing but net on that shot. You mentioned it. Lufoxio, interesting pick. Going for the orb rep Aimee when missile prop was available, but orb rep is pretty good for stacking energy, and with both forwards having that item and letting Dr. Bebop go for the missile prop instead, almost backwards of how you might normally expect it, but I think I actually like it a lot here. They're just going to be sharing a lot more energy. Forward's going to be going and eating up some of those orbs. But right now, Ballin Ballers in a bit of a situation with both barriers down right now. The offense trying to come out here from Starbreakers. Just enough damage onto Jay. Force him to go back here. Bam. Picking up one barrier in return. Potentially looking for another one. Core flip here from Jay. Send it wide. Dr. Bebop going to flip it right back. That's Bam taken off the map. Jay down to just Logan. A nice save here from Lufoxio, but still pressuring the goal. And that'll be Jay tying up set 1.
Yeah, a little strike shotgun action for the crew, but yeah, I agree with what you were saying earlier about orb rep. It's gonna be nice for these forwards to just go out, pick up that energy, share it, especially with Dr. Bebop, who's getting all that missile prop value on the Dubu. And a double barrier for Bam, exceptionally well done. But yeah, and like on the other side, Just Logan also picked up orb rep. Not like he's gonna use missile prop, you know, but still, it definitely feels like a goalie brawler awakening, where those are the two rules that you often will just have a lot of downtime. You know, your team's on defense, like, I'm going to go collect some orbs, that kind of thing. So definitely going to be very nice to share all that energy, and we'll see if the two orb reps are going to be more valuable than just the one for Starbreakers.
Now we'll battle in the center. A nice evade from Just Logan there. Jay waiting on the core. Dave there to save against the glitch pop, but now it's Bam with the flip here in the corner. Going to burn it. Goes for the passive. A great barrage from Dave. Stop that shot. Dr. Bebop sends it back to the midfield now. Glitch pop from Lufoxio gets it around, but Dave able to keep it away from Bam. Sends back to Baller's side of the field. Just Logan and Jay pushing up here in this top corner. Core flip here from Jay. It's going to get stalled out by the somersault. Might have another opportunity though, but Lufoxio with a quick cyber swipe, and that's a power play for Ballin Ballers. Pushing the top corner now, pass down to Bam. Giga Blast blocks it, sends it all the way around, and that's the barrier gone. On the return, but Bam ready with the slice and dice to find the point. Ballin Ballers bring it to set point.
Yeah, great Giga Blast coming out from Dave. Exceptional play to get the barrier, but Bam catching that clear, not letting it go through. Unfortunate to see 4 Starbreakers, but here now we have this interesting closed map in the middle, which I think really benefits Ballin Ballers. I think their comp is it's easier to move the ball around. It's interesting. Jay has a lot of stuffing potential and can get through the lanes in the midfield, but I think the Kazan just doesn't have as much, and so the Aimee Zen is just way more mobile, way easier to rotate. I could be wrong though, because Starbreakers look like they have a wonderful point, charging up to set us on a 0.5, core flip going wide, not quite getting it stuffed out by the wall, but still open net against the Dubu is looking really nice.
Foxio able to even up the barrier situation here. A lot of damage onto some of these forwards on either side. Jay able to recover. Bam having to fall back a little bit here. Jay coming down from the top side, looking to receive the core shot to the top. Dr. Bebop not quite fast enough on the Dubu. The Pauldrons, it's a slow hamster, and it will be Starbreakers now tying the set once again here on 0.5.
Yeah, taking us to Project Xeno, we've got these greats here. A little bit of bush action for the gang. Especially with this Drakar who can go invisible already. It'll be interesting to see, but all the momentum is on the side of Starbreakers right now. We see Ballin Ballers get a lot of damage onto just Logan, but with an evade built into the kit, a dodge on the cyber swipe, and some great ball movement, it's looking like a catastrophe for Ballin Ballers as we see Bam go down. Just Logan pick up an orb, heal up, and now they have this power play and just need to get this one barrier.
There's just Logan. Dr. Bebop gonna use the flip to get it out of there. Dave sends it back in. Jay off the side lane, be able to open up the goal. Just Logan trying to stay alive here. Should be able to get the center orb. Now Jay brings it up to the top corner. Dr. Gub makes it clear. Dave up in the midfield, but Bam with the Zen ult, able to bait out Dave's core flip. Ballin Ballers look to press barrier from the bottom. Foxtail holding it in the invisibility lane. Shouts to the barriers though. Jay and Dave doing a good job holding it down. Foxtail forced to rotate to the top side as Cyber Swipe almost finds something. Bam able to get it on the rebound now. Just looking for the slice and dice. Goes just a bit wide though. But Bam! Perfect timing on that strike right after the glitch pop. Right after Dave thought it was clear. Hard one there to see, but Bam finds those shots.
Yeah, exceptional strike war right there. And going to be securing what looked like a doomed point for Ballin Ballers. Now it looks like Lufoxio is going to be rewarded with Fighter Flight, maybe a Deadeye, or Primetime. You know, just like all these awakenings looking pretty nice. Deadeye going to Dave. That could get dangerous really quickly. It did get nerfed recently from 32% to 25%, but still, the Giga Blast might be coming out and blasting people off the stage. A little bit of size for Kazan, and Jay picking up Sparks, getting ready for that. Fighter Flight on Bam, I think, is going to be a big deal as well. Can have a lot of speed, but has been doing a lot of staggering, especially with Lufoxio's help. The Zen Aimi pair are just great at dealing damage. That means that this guy's going to just be farming secondaries, refreshes, which is wonderful, you know, and getting staggered himself. You know, low stagger brawler. That's a lot of secondary refreshes, and a great way to move around, shove through the corner, etc. Can't refresh it when he's dead, though. Unfortunately, that one's going to seal the deal.
Big KO there. 2 flips, though, for Ballin Ballers. Lufoxio going to burn one first, and actually picks up a barrier in the one-on-one against Dave. Great kill of the power play for Ballin Ballers. Lufoxio looking for a shot to the bottom. Dave able to get there in time. Lufoxio another chance. Just Logan pushing up. Lufoxio wins a strike war. Dave eject button back to save that now, facing the firewall sentry, pressing hard, and bam with the secondary. Got staggered, had the fighter flight, just like you said, and picked up the goal as well as a KO there to find the point for Ballers.
Yeah, explosive play without the entrance, but just exactly what you would expect from Ballin Ballers. They're really starting to pull ahead this set. It's 1 point, you know, maybe a little too early to call, but it seems like Starbreakers are just having a little bit of trouble getting their offense going, a little bit of trouble converting. They've been doing phenomenally on the defense, but once they actually get the ball out, trying to transition that into some meaningful form of offense that isn't just some straight core speed or anything else, seems really tough. And you know, here we have something going on, but then it looks like it's often just Logan against the world. And now with the second barrier going down, Ballin Ballers are just looking really good.
Good saves there from Starbreakers, though. Looked like Ballers had a bit of an opportunity, but the defense went out. Bam! A nice dribble to slice and dice. Dave barely able to make the save, pressing hard in the corner, though. Starbreakers coming out once again on top out of that, but still got to get the core off of their side of the field convincingly. Jay in the Xeno Cloak going to send it around here, fighting on this top wall. Core flip here from the midfield, passive to just Logan. Core flip from Dr. Bebop to Lufoxio, almost to Bam. Dave able to intercept that one. Bam with a great dribble shot on net. Doesn't find much with the flip here. Might have another opportunity though as Dr. Bebop sending the core back up. Jay pass to just Logan. A nice somersault to make the save here. Pass back up to Jay, a Molten Bolt, but it sends it back to Dave. Tries to send it back across the field. Bam, looking to catch up to it. Gets the barrage cooldown, but Dave, a nice eject button play, able to rotate it back across the field. Giga Blast goes wide now. Deno coming out from Bam, looking for Lufoxio to take control. Can't quite find him, but Bam off the rebound from the top wall. Oh, an interesting bounce there that took. Bit of an unexpected angle, and Bam knew where it was going and found the shot. Now Ballin Ballers on set point.
Yeah, huge capitalization there. It just able to pick that up, take the open shot, you know, profit. And here, this map I think really doesn't do any favors for Starbreakers. Well, hey, just looking at the orb, maybe I'm full of it, but here I see either like any three of the players on Starbreakers get the orb, and then like, what do you really do with it? Kazan's your best bet, and nothing really came out of it. You know, you get bigger abilities, which is wonderful. Loves the size, but a character like Zentaro or Aimi really benefits from the orb. You get to show up and just churn out a ton of damage with your extra power and get things done, and that is usually very useful. That all being said, here we're stuck in the barrier to barrier stalemate, but with how things have been going for Ballin Ballers, hold up, I was gonna say they're probably looking good, but the barrier is down. Just Logan with a flip. You know, looking a lot better for Starbreakers at this point. Might be able to bring it back. We'll just have to see, though. With the big flip on the barrier, now both nets are open.
Now Dave pushing up to midfield here, looking to make something happen. And Giga Blast is going to send Bam off the side of the field. Now it's just Lufoxio in the 1v2's got to evade top spin here. Dr. Bebop looking to buy some time. Drops the Toku Fortress. Jay struggling to get it past there. And that's going to buy a lot of time to kill this power play. Firewall Sentry here set up in the midfield as Bam back online, catching up to the core on the top side. There's the Zen ult, and a glitch pop from Lufoxio sneaking right in there at the end to get the confirm on the point, and Ballin Ballers will take a second set now. Pretty commanding set two there.
Yeah, really well played. Great play by Lufoxio to throw in the glitch pop. A great thing about picking Zentaro is that your ult is so good at teeing up your midfielder for scoring attempts like that. While the enemy team tries to defend against what you're doing, you know, you can just weave in a little glitch pop, and all of a sudden everything falls apart. Here, Bam rewarded with the big bulk up. That's going to be nice. Surprised that heavy impact didn't go to either Bam or Lufoxio. The stack's going to be a nice pickup as well, but that means Jay will be picking it up and has the legendary missile prop. The Spark of Strength heavy impact build. Spark not required, but missile prop and heavy impact are just juicing the Drakar damage to the moon. Drakar knockback especially is going to be incredibly important because you can just get KOs like that now. You know, total game changer, and really I think what Starbreakers need to get the ball going is just some more KOs, especially with this Deadeye Kai able to just push out a lot of damage, and the Kazan to do all of the core control work. I think they have a good formula going on and just have to execute on it.
See, they got some offense going here for a bit. Core, though, slipping out. Just Logan seeming to be a little confused by that. Dave gonna burn the flip there and not find much as the Foxio keeping nice control. Pass up to Bam. It will bring down Baller's own barrier on the return, though. After we got hit by the Molten Bolt, just Logan shots on net. Dashing in with the pop-up, will be able to get it through the Foxio. And finally, after a pretty significant drought there, Starbreaker is able to put a point up on the board now. Hopefully find something, but Ballin Ballers do have a pretty significant energy lead at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing a little bit of double orb rep come into play. And we're also seeing a double size with Pauldron's Dubu, which looks impossible to get through, especially with the turret there to help defend. And in the last draft, the only size awakening left is Might of Colossus. Last draft, Just Logan picked up Aerials, which not the biggest Kazan awakening I've ever heard of. You know, an interesting pick, nice dash range, but really I don't know if it's going to help get through all the extra size that Dr. Bebop has here. That, however, will crazy bounce, getting it right to Jay, who is able to get the barrier, and some great interactions in the corner, able to 1v2, push it through Drakar style, and bring us to a set point.
Certainly some nice interactions there from Jay. We're going to have a flip up for either side here as well. A quick barrier for Starbreakers off of that kickoff. Looks like they were trying to keep the offense going. The Tofu Fortress comes out, but Jay with the flip KO starts the power play, and just Logan going to open up the net now to top corner. A hook in, looking for the pop-up, and a strike war against Lufoxio will do it. That's the kind of pressure that they need off of those power plays, and now Starbreakers, they'll take a set 3-0 in response to Ballin Ballers, and they're right back in this game.
Yeah, crazy, crazy set. Complete mirror of what we saw the previous set. And now I'm looking at 1-2 punch directly in the eye right here. That would be a wonderful Drakar pickup. Adrenaline Rush, same thing. Same. We're already doing enough damage to get these KOs. And 1-2 punch for your Kazan, we are seeing a master draft class here. things are going wonderfully. Super Surge deny, not letting any Dash Awakening get to the Zentaro. And obviously, wonderful for Kai. Going to be really huge. Spark of Leadership going to Lufoxio is not going to be a whole lot. It really just a bit of a dry draft for Ballin Ballers. We see the Glass Cannon Dubu. It's going to be really nice, but you're so big, and especially with the Drakkar on the board, with Missile Prop, feels like it's going to be hard to not lose the Glass Cannon every once in a while. And Reptile Remedy is going to be nice for BAM here, but Drakkar really threatens a lot of edge KOs as opposed to stagger. So how much will it really help? The stagger is nice, and it definitely helps with the bulk up, but we'll have to see if it's enough to keep him alive as he's just been shot dead by the top spin. And another KO coming out from Jay. The Adrenaline Rush proc. Core goes wide, but a double power play for Starbreakers here.
Getting some shots on the barrier. Dr. Bebop, though, is able to hold on, and the forwards now back online. The Tofu Fortress coming out. Dave pushing way up on the offense there. Dr. Bebop barely able to clear that path. Jay now gets back to BAM. The Foxy and BAM look to set up the offense of their own. BAM kind of trapped in this corner, taking a lot of damage. A core flip even burnt there. Didn't quite pick up the KO. Dave almost becoming a forward for a minute there. Jay, another shot on the barrier. Just looking with the dribble into hook. Another shot. The Foxy and Dr. Bebop holding firm. Core flip here from Dave. Blocked by the glitch swap right to BAM, and that's the barrier gone. But another KO coming out from Ballin Ballers this time, and they've got the power play and an open net to work with. A pass up to BAM, intercepted by just Logan. Just buying some time here. Lufoxio, another pass to BAM. Doesn't find the net on that one. Lufoxio to the bottom corner. Gonna have another chance to get it to BAM. Jay back online here. Just Logan. All three members holding the defense for Starbreakers, but a flip and a half available for Ballin Ballers here. Jay, a nice snipe, opens up Baller's side of the field. The core from Dr. Bebop sends it a bad angle off the center, gets back to just Logan, looking for the shot to the bottom of the net off the crooked leverage. What a shot from just Logan there in overtime. Lufoxio couldn't even react with the core flip. And Starbreakers, they are making this a real competition now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a devious dribble. A huge KO off rip for Starbreakers. They are looking back and better than before. All the momentum in their favor here. I've been really appreciating how Dave is pushing up. They're putting the Kai goalie to work with the eject button, and all this speed. Wonderful to see. The Ballin Ballers not out of it yet, though. Had a lot of good plays there, and it took an insane snipe from Jay and the Molten Bolt to be able to get it forward, or to get the last barrier. But still, Starbreakers just have a lot of control in this game that they didn't before. And they'll have to leverage that if they want to get through. And, hey, there it is. That's how you do it.
Speaking of leverage, that crooked leverage right there. Now Jay and just Logan still keeping the core up, maintaining possession. Lufoxio having a core flip here and doesn't get it very far. Just goes right back into this top corner where just Logan dribbling on the top side. The somersault comes out. Jay, another pass down just Logan here in the midfield. BAM not able to find anything at all or even touch this core. Might have a chance here off the firewall sentry, but Dave able to sneak it right through. Just Logan up to Jay. Doesn't able to strike it, unfortunately, but just Logan another chance. Lufoxio gonna block that one. A shotgun blocked by Dr. Bebop. Still sending it down this bottom side. Drops the Tofu Fortress for insurance. Finally, Ballin Ballers have a moment to breathe. It doesn't look like they're going to get much offense off of that. Just Logan picking up the center orb here. Dave pushing up, looking for a chance to use this core flip, striking it back up the field. And just Logan able to press the point and get it into that bottom corner yet again. Starbreakers on set point, looking to bring this to a set 5.
Yeah, taking it all the way. We saw Lufoxio in a difficult situation. Today, I will try and strike for the, I believe, 150% size Kazan. Which, and I don't mean, like, 50% on top of 100, I mean 100%, 150% more. You know, big fella, big weird square strike hitbox, but we're seeing a big double barrier. This could be Ballin Ballers' way back into the game with the flip, the turret, the everything, able to send it in, take that 1 point, put them on the board this set, not another 3-0 coming out. Starbreakers are going to have to show up and seal this one out, or else Ballin Ballers will show up and really, you know, give them an inch, they'll take the mile, sort of thing. Seal up this game.
Yeah, Ballin Ballers are always in the game, but I guess BAM might not be for the next 10 seconds. Being taken off the pitch here. 2 flips going to be available for Starbreakers as well as they look to assault this barrier. Dr. Bebop, a valiant effort, but takes so much damage from the Obscura Goo and will get KO'd for it. And now it's a goalie power play for Starbreakers. Just Logan, a core flip here to bring down the barrier. A pass down to Jay. Back up to just Logan to the bottom of the net. Lufoxio makes the save. Dave pushing up with the barrage. The Firewall Sentry dropped defensively. Dr. Bebop is back online. They've got a lot of damage onto Jay and Lufoxio, though. They're brawling it out in the bottom corner. Dr. Bebop picks up the KO with the somersault. Now it's a power play for Ballin Ballers. A great way to kill that off and switch some momentum. Now they've got to get some momentum of their own. Bam. Looking to bring down this barrier. A great shot off the corner. Has the flip available in front of the net. Right through the crook leverage. Bam. Ties up the set and brings it to match point here for Ballin Ballers. An opportunity for both teams to start big.
Yeah, really scary here for Starbreakers. You don't want to go down this far, ever. But a big KO is found. They were able to get a KO on Dr. Bebop last point, and they lost the second barrier. Ballin Ballers did because of that. But here, some great passing in the corner. Great rebound, Jay, able to cover the out, picking up that goal, not letting Ballin Ballers steal out the game, bringing us to a set 5. And here it's Logan picking first in the draft. We see Might of Colossus. Team player could be interesting. Already has the 1-2 punch. I guess not necessarily getting a lot done, or it's good for core speed, you know. But picking up the size, just taking it, putting it in the bag, that's a lot of power too, a lot of KO threat coming out. I'm really curious to see where this team player is going to go, because Dave is right here in front of Dr. Bebop on the draft, and Dr. Bebop is going to be picking up the team player, and I think that's massive for Ballin Ballers. All that extra core speed is going to be really difficult to deal with. The specialized training on Dave, it's going to be nice with the Deadeye. I think we're going to see a lot of KOs come out from that, but I can't underestimate the team player value on any team comp. That's just going to be spectacular, especially on points that go long. You just start farming core speed. Maybe they don't need it though. Starbreakers looking to end these points before overtime ever comes up.
Yeah, nice open net situation here. Dave having liberty to push up, get the offense really going. Huge somersault just to save everything. It's in the core all the way back to Starbreaker's end of the field here. Flip available for Lufoxio. As Firewall Sentry gets used, they're going to pick up one barrier. Dr. Bebop has to burn a flip here. It's just Logan made a nice crook leverage play. Back to the midfield here, Jay, and just Logan. The Tofu Fortress coming out, though. Lufoxio sending it back across into the top corner. Bam, looking for a shot, but it's going to be 2v1, and it's just slip right out of there. Over to just Logan. A shot to the top. Dr. Bebop able to sneak it out of there right before the crook leverage connects. And now into the top side, right as we hit that overtime. And here's that core speed going to come into play. See just Logan bringing it up to the top side. Bam, no. Lufoxio going to lose the strike board here. Core flip's got to be used to send it back to the bottom end. But Dave not letting the forwards get a foothold. Ballin Ballers, just Logan dashing in and finding the snipe. That aerial's coming in huge there to send that Kazan flying across the map and catch the core in the open. The Starbreakers to strike first in set 5.
Yeah, strike first. Just Logan jumping in, pressing the point. Big fan of the utilization of the Dash Awakening Kazan. Obviously, both his dashes, you can cancel early, decide how far they go, that sort of thing, which makes Dash Awakening pretty comfortable, because sometimes you do just need to cover more distance. So just like we saw that last point, able to jump in, go further than I think anyone was expecting, and strike it. Really nicely played. But, bam, going for the double barrier, not quite able to find it. Ballin Ballers are looking on the back foot. They need to start going for these big plays like the double barrier, getting things like that to stop Starbreakers and all the pressure they're putting up.
Yeah, looks like they might have an opportunity here if they can get this through just Logan. Just Logan burns the flip. It doesn't go anywhere. Lufoxio shuts that down immediately, and this could be a big swing for Ballin Ballers. Lufoxio not able to find the core there, but Dr. Bebop pushing up to drop the donuts. Core flip here from Lufoxio, has the Firewall Sentry. Core flip here from Dave in return. Doesn't get it out, though. A lot of damage onto just Logan. Starbreakers looking to recover. A pass up to Jay. A little bit further down than they expected. Dr. Bebop able to rotate it back around in the midfield here to Lufoxio. And get it over to Bam, but Dave doing a good job controlling the core now. Bam pushing up. Dave to just Logan. Drops the Firewall Sentry yet again. Both sides looking for a firm foothold, but can't find much. Slice and Dice not able to connect here. Even just Logan trying to force it through Lufoxio, finally able to make some headway, but Dr. Wheel just sends it back around, actually picks up the barrier on that one. With Logan up to Jay in the top side, the Molten Bolt rotated around, and now just Logan on the bottom, maintaining control, looking for the pass angle, but can't find much on this map variance. Jay able to beat the glitch pop there, but just Logan is looking really hurt, and Bam's looking for the KO into the gold box, finds it with the flip, and now a power play for Ballin Ballers. Dave trying to keep it away from Bam, but Dr. Bebop brings it up to the top side, rotates it around the glitch pop. Lufoxio keeps it in, a pass to Bam to the top corner. Dave make the save, and Lufoxio another pass to Bam. Secondary's up, but not able to find much. Up to Lufoxio again. Bam can't find the passive. Now just Logan looking in. Core flip here from Dr. Bebop to make a save. Core flip here from Lufoxio to try and send it back, but Jay able to block it. The Toku Fortress coming out. Just Logan staggered, trying to stay alive, but Bam in the 1v2 finds the angle to the center and able to tie it up. A slog of a point there, and Ballin Ballers able to stay in it.
Yeah, really. We saw Dave was just barely unable to get there in time to stop the core. A little bit of team player value might be. And oh, we saw Ballin Ballers, like you said, slog through that point, but they were able to get just Logan 2's recovery drone. And I think a lot of like, momentum for themselves might be gone after that big KO, but so just, like, that's a nice point to refresh. Say we just lost a lot of points in a row. You know, need to come back and get back with it. Again, refresh mentally, get there. And it looks like they did. At this point, going really well for them, looking nice. Starbreakers having a little bit of trouble here. A lot of flips coming out for them as well. Again, just the double orb rep. That's a lot of energy coming out for the fellas. It looks like this game's turning around in the favor of Ballin Ballers. Starbreakers, they really need to get this barrier, get this point if they want to sit comfortably the rest of the game. Otherwise, it's going to be tough if they want to win.
Then here, core flip comes out from Jay to send it back. Lufoxio able to catch that one, and now Dave speeding up, almost gets out of position, but able to eject one back in time. A pass to Bam, core flip save here from Dave, just barely able to snag that one. And now Jay looking for the Molten Bolt, doesn't find the snipe. Dave rotates it back around the glitch pop, though, sends it in. Jay and Dave a little confused on their assignments. It goes right in between them, and Lufoxio picks up the point for Ballin Ballers, and they're going to be heading into a potential match point here with 3 flips available. Ballin Ballers, a big chance to close out game 1.
Yeah, just no energy for Starbreakers at all versus the 3 flips that Ballin Ballers have just achieved. This is going to be really tough. I do think that this is a map that favors Starbreakers. If just Logan is staggered here but able to jump out. Meanwhile, the extra damage that the goop hits do will benefit Starbreakers a lot. But they'll have to find the value out of it and hope that just Logan's not getting chained off the walls. There's 1 KO. That's what Starbreakers needs here, but with the barriers down, Ballin Ballers are just 1 goal away from taking game 1 here.
Looking to kill off this power play. Dr. Bebop did whiff the flip, and now Bam immediately taking control on Lufoxio's respawn. Jay fighting to get this core out of this top corner, but the Toku Fortress used offensively here. Lufoxio down to Bam. 3 people in the way here. Nice saves there from Jay on the goal line. Keep Starbreakers in this. Jay now pushing up with the shotgun. Dr. Bebop saves it with the log there. Bam coming back to collect the core. Pass up to just Logan, but it gets sent back around. Still not here for some damage. Foxio jumping up. There's a firewall sentry, but Dave will not let that connect. Keeping in the top corner. Bam looking for a shot. Doesn't find much. Gonna have another opportunity. Maybe has to go back for the orb, though. Lufoxio with the glitch pop to keep it in the zone. Core flip here from Lufoxio, blocked by just Logan. Sent back around with the team player. Dr. Bebop with the somersault. Up to Lufoxio, the shotgun from the midfield. Keeps it on Baller's side of the field. The log, though, sends it right back to Bam. Looking for the slice and dice. Not enough room, though. Looking for the secondary. Nice core flip from Jay. Able to save that one. Lufoxio passes to Bam. Strike 4 against Dave, and that'll be the game. Going to Ballin Ballers.
Yeah, great job to the Ballin Ballers for being able to stop all of what Starbreakers was putting up. I think that their defense was just, a massive doo-boo, and that was enough. It was able to shut down pretty much anything that Starbreakers were throwing out. Didn't matter how many KOs they got because Dr. Bebop was there to hold 119 saves as compared to Dave's 129, but especially after the team player was picked up, it was so easy for him to just get the ball out, immediately shut down all of Starbreakers' offense, and it meant that Starbreakers had to play on the back foot so much more. But it looks like that'll be it for game 1, and I believe we just cut straight to game 2. So bye, see you then, bye. Back, everybody. We are moving on to game 2, Ballin Ballers versus Starbreakers here on Gates of Obscura. We're seeing a pretty exciting comp coming out from both teams. We see Zentaro and Dubu have returned for the Ballin Ballers with a little Estelle action. We see Aimi Goalie. Kazan is back for Starbreakers, but Juno, the J Juno Unleashed, commonly immediately banned, instantly banned, can never be allowed to play. But here, Twin Drive, Heavy Impact start. Heavy Impact only being picked up by Estelle and Zentaro. Everyone else Twin Driving it up. We'll have to see how that pays off, but until then, one barrier down for Starbreakers, which makes sense, but a big KO, and maybe they'll be able to take something in the power play here.
A barrier down, but a player down for Ballin Ballers here. And I'd like to point out as well, Gates of Obscura, this is Ballin Ballers map pick. You know, they are pretty fond of this map in general, and coming in here off of a game 1 win. It's like playing on home field advantage for them, and they're going to pick up a power play of their own now. Nice intercept there from Jay. It's Foxio with the core looking for the piercing shot. Dave's got to use a core flip to clear it out of there. Little portal, but won't find much. Just Logan back online. The Foxio pass up, but Dave makes a save here. A Blabo pass to Dr. Bebop. Has to core flip it. Try and get it out of this corner through the portal. Bam, looking to capitalize. The dribble off the bumper. Stalls it out. Looks for the mix-up on Dave. Able to save it. And Jay, a nice save against Lufoxio as well on the rebound. Quick reactions from Starburst, keeping them in there. Starbreakers. I don't know why I said Starbursts. Starbreakers, keeping them in there. Just Logan down to Jay. Looking to open up this goal. And in fact, they will here. Through the portal, just Logan and crooked leverage to get control. Jay jumping in, looking for a spot to burn this flip, but won't find much. Bam clears it out of there. Foxio, a self-portal pass down to Bam, a core flip here. Jay, a save with the Blabo, some quick thinking with that secondary. Just Logan covers with the top spin. Now back out to the midfield here. Starbreakers look to recover, but it sneaks through the portal. Core flip here from Jay to send it through the portal. Foxio, a great save in the top corner. Keep this point live. Through the portal here. Bam, looking to set up, but doesn't even need to touch it. Dave had no cooldowns to catch that one. It'll just float right in. Ballin Ballers going up first.
Yep, in that first point alone, much to think about here. I think Ballin Ballers with the heavy impact have a huge damage threat early on. Obviously, like, yeah, of course, that makes sense. But it looks like Starbreakers, have lost a member, and are really banking on these extra CDs from Twin Drive and a little bit of CDR to pay off later in the game. Oh my god. But until then, we're at the beginning of the game, and I'm talking a big damage threat here. A lot, just a lot of damage coming out immediately. And that's really the power of a forward pair like Estelle Zentaro, especially on heavy impact. You know, they both have bang souls. They can just, and they'll just be doing damage, they'll be getting barriers, etc. This Starbreakers comp is definitely a late game comp, and really there's plenty of damage to pick up to supplement what they're missing. And so all these CDs, we've been seeing Jay jump around like every 5 seconds. It's crazy, but it's going to be a rough early game here until the scaling finally hits and Starbreakers have a little bit more agency in the game. Kind of like last one. We're watching a little bit of a repeat of last one. We'll have to see if they can seal it out this time, or if Ballin Ballers won't let that happen.
Foxio, a nice dribble with a piercing shot, a core flip, but Dave with the save on the line and struck War Bam as well. Great save there from Dave in the corner. Allow Starbreakers to make something happen. We'll slip through the portal though. Bam looking to recover, gets hit stunned by the Blabo. Starbreakers looking to get out of this corner. A bad bounce off of that top bumper, gets right back to Dave, or to Bam, but Dave another great save with the core flip. Sends it back through the portal here. Just Logan with the crook leverage. It gets sent back around yet again. Lufoxio up to Bam, looking for the top, but fakes him out and shoots to the bottom instead. A nice shot from Bam, and Ballin Ballers take set 1, 3-0.
Yep, great mix-up by Bam. Gonna be sending that one right in. And here, a little bit of a scary draft. We see Dave hovering that team player. We'll probably get it. There's just too much to deny, or too much for Lufoxio to want. We'll be denying the team player, though, recognizing that as incredibly dangerous, not letting that go through. But that means that things like 1-2 punch, explosive, are all going to be falling down. 1-2 punch denied by Dr. Bebop, not letting it get to the Juno here. Big Fish denied from just Logan to no size. But still picking up specialized training with that twin drive is going to be really nice. And Dash Awakening for Jay. And extra special for Dave. All of a sudden, things are looking pretty good for Starbreakers. A lot of denies came out, but still, like, Ballin Ballers just played to deny and got okay awakenings. Team player is definitely their best pick, but I feel like Starbreakers still made off with wonderful awakening picks.
Yeah, ultimately I think Ballin Ballers mostly just denied as much as they could and got some pretty decent stuff out of it. But so far this game, they've just kind of been playing better consistently enough offensively. And I think they're just kind of relying on that to continue to carry them through. But right now, Starbreakers have opened up the net. Dave up in the midfield here. Jay almost able to get the core. Just Logan a back pass here to Dave. Bam almost able to capitalize on that, but it'll be with Foxio through the portal, though Jay is waiting right there, jumping in the Tofu Fortress to send it back through. Core flip from Dave through the portal. Dr. Bebop can't read the somersault and goes past the core. Dave with the point off of that flip through the portal, and Starbreakers will put themselves on the board this game.
Yeah, 1 point on the board. I imagine a few more to come. That point looked really nice for them. I think that, especially with the extra special, is going to help Dave a ton. I don't think Starbreakers can lose kickoff anymore. And I think the last set, they lost a few kickoffs and lost the game because of it. But now they get to control the tempo of the game's beginning. And with this ranged IME pick, like, you're not saving barriers super well. Like, we can be real. But just having all this tempo to keep the ball on the other side is really, really helping their chances of winning here.
Already we've seen some big plays on net from Starbreakers, but Ballin Ballers holding firm. A nice barrier there from Bam. And with Foxio and Dr. Bebop backed into a corner. Foxio sends it through the portal to avoid the Juno ult here. Over to Bam in the top corner, but Starbreakers holding this midfield line pretty solidly. Bam finally able to bring it into the corner. Core flip here from Foxio, keeps it in the corner, and Bam brings down the barrier, opens up the net. Xenol immediately is able to get a hit stun on Dave to sink it in. Ballin Ballers tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, a great ult there, perfectly placed, clipping Dave right at the end, sealing the deal, getting it in, confirming with the passive there. Yeah, really well played, and that's sort of what I'm talking about. Is like Starbreakers doesn't have a defense. They are full glass cannon, 100% offense, that kind of thing. And now I think their struggle is kind of like sealing the deal on the goal versus this Dubu, which is I think really good at shutting out Kazan, but not if Logan's going to be jumping in, winning a nice strike war, getting that point, and bringing us 1 point away from taking the set for Starbreakers.
Starbreakers looking for this opportunity. Don't want to have what happened last game happen again, and Ballin Ballers bringing back a set. Make things harder than they need to be. Just Logan looking for these barriers, but Ballin Ballers not letting up. It gets back to Bam in the top corner with the Xenol. Picks up a barrier here. Core flip looking for a second one. Gets it on the rebound, and now Dr. Bebop looking to send it back up the field to try and get some shots on net going. Through the portal here, Bam looking to recover. Starbreakers, though, pass it up to Jay. Has the Blobo, but the Tofu Fortress making things difficult. It's Bam looking for a breakaway. Doesn't find much. Dave sends it back around. Firewall sentry in the top corner, but it's Bam dribbling up the field into the top corner. Look for the slice and dice. Dave, nothing to contest it with. It's just going to get forced back into the box, and Ballin Ballers now are going to tie it on 0.5.
Yeah, but here it comes. Might just be a repeat of last game, but if we can see Starbreakers seal out this point, we have something a little bit different on our hands, but it looks like Starbreakers has a limited amount of time on defense. You know, if the ball's on their half for longer than like 10-15 seconds, give or take, the barriers are going down, and that's not any fault of anyone but the comp itself. They have to have the ball pushed up the whole time, and here it's looking great for them. We see a lot of damage coming on to Bam. Barriers threatened. The problem is that Dr. Bebop is just so like the perfect player in this situation to counter this incredible offense, because the Dubu is just shutting it all down.
He'd be pretty solid on this map. Dr. Bebop missed the somersault, but did not get punished for it, luckily. Through the portal here, though, Jay is waiting to just send it back into the top corner. A pass to just Logan, able to clip the front of that barrier. Now both nets opened up here in overtime. Zenolt coming out from Bam. Lufoxio recover. Core flip from Bam to the top side. Right through Dave. Couldn't find the strike. And Ballin Ballers take another set here. That one on point 5. Bam, the MVP. They are looking to run away with this game too and take the series.
Yeah, really, it has a complete, like, every awakening you could ever want. We see the bulk up, the super surge. Might want to go with the super surge, but no, still sticking with the bulk up, just doubling down on staggering power. But that does mean Dave picks up Deadeye, which is going to be incredibly significant. The hot shot denied from Jay, not letting that go through, but now that's Twin Drive Primetime, and a Size Awakening has hit just Logan. Recovery drone, no less. Going to be great for staying alive because we did see him get KO'd that previous set. Going to be very nice. Dash Awakening on the Fox is going to be pretty nice as well. But again, I feel like another big power spike for Starbreakers, whereas we saw much better picks for Ballin Ballers this game. The bulk up, I think, is going to be incredibly significant, especially for fighting back against the damage picked up here in the Deadeye on Dave. But still, this is make or break for Starbreakers, of course. It's win this set, start bringing back this game, or lose the series. And I think with the comp they have, this is their perfect opportunity to do so.
And right now, Starbreakers, who have the pressure, going hard in that bottom corner. Ballin Ballers, though, able to get it out, though. Bam getting punished for it, dies with the core flip up. And that's going to be a big break here for Starbreakers. If they can get it past the Foxtail, is doing a good job just buying time on Starbreakers' side of the field. Back to the portal, a core flip burnt here as well to just keep it lobbed in this top corner, and Bam, right back online. Ballin Ballers have been excellent at killing the power plays throughout this entire series. I don't think Starbreakers get anything in the 2v3s. Bam, a nice bait on Dave's core flip here. Now has the core in the top side. Lufoxio keeping it in. A nice save here from Dave, though. Keep it going, and now back up. Starbreakers forwards has the Lobos available. Ballin Ballers able to sneak it out of there over to Bam, and he's going to open up the goal. Receives the pass here from Lufoxio, and Bam finding the top of the net again. Ballin Ballers keep the streak going.
Yep, the Ballin train is just continuing to go through. Bam, great reaction time, catching the core right there with how fast it was going. Able to strike it up in the top corner. We really appreciate that. It's really nice. And seeing a little bit of a scary kickoff for Starbreakers starting on their side, but able to get it out. Burn a flip from Dr. Bebop, which is pretty monumental. That guy with flip has insane aura. It's in there like I'm not getting through this guy. We got to get through this flip somehow. But big power play here, big opportunity. But again, just trying to shove through these corners. It's looking really tough. Able to get one barrier, but Dr. Bebop just stands before them, able to hold on to this one last barrier.
Nice glitch pop there from Dave, able to capitalize. He's going on that top corner. A bit of a sketchy Tofu Fortress here, but Ballin Ballers able to navigate. There's Logan in the top corner. Nice spacing from Dr. Bebop to get the strike back up and win that. But Jay pushing it hard. A nice somersault to save it. So far, Dr. Bebop looking impenetrable. Lufoxio able to flip to get it out of there. Jay looking for the secondary self-pass, doesn't find it though, and it's just Bam who ends up capitalizing, picking up a barrier now. Jay down to just Logan, the piercing shot, cuts the pass, core flip here from Dave through the portal. Dr. Bebop with the somersault, portal pass to Bam. Dave makes the save. Dr. Bebop once again trying to get it through this portal, but just Logan guarding it fervently. Pass up to Jay here. Lufoxio, a nice save, and a piercing shot to lob it back over to where Dave is. Their own portal, down to just Logan, looking for the top side with the crook leverage, but core from Dr. Bebop sends it back around. A Tofu Fortress comes out in front of the portal, and a nice bounce opens up Starbreaker's side of the field, with Foxio blinking in, and Dave didn't quite read that one, it looks like, and it's just gonna bounce right in. Lufoxio credited with the point here, and Ballin Ballers now on series points.
Yeah, just not quite the bounce Dave was looking for there, and it all comes down to this. If Starbreakers want even a chance at winning, this point has to go really well, and it's starting by them absolutely mobbing Bam. Just not letting that guy go, and honestly, not a bad start because that's KO right there. This is their chance. The problem is that it really is Lufoxio and Dr. Bebop that's giving them trouble. Like, their defense is just so confident, whereas obviously Starbreakers has a much shakier time. Getting rid of Big Anime, or Bam, 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 whoa. The jump scare is great for relieving the pressure, but there's only so much you can only relieve the pressure so much before you have to sit down and say we need to start pushing forward. You know, it's stalling as opposed to making progress, which is fine because it's an opportunity to make progress. But again, the real sore spots are Lufoxio and Dr. Bebop, especially just holding it down so confidently.
Big offense there from Ballin Ballers. The barriers will fall now, and both sides opened up. Jay, a nice self-pass through the portal! Sneaking up on him. The big stealth play in overtime to finally get around Ballin Ballers' goal line defense, which has been so stalwart. And Starbreakers, that's what it took for them to get on the board here and maybe start a reverse sweep. You gotta start climbing the mountain at some point, right? And this is where they begin.
Yeah, big mountain to climb.
Big mountain to climb.
Massive mountain to climb. This is about as far down as you can be in a series. And so, very, very big mountain to climb. But it looks like that point really did help the Starbreakers' mental. I feel like they've been playing a lot more confidently going in the past 30 seconds. Big KO found, you know, bam, a drop on that guy, and now Just Logan in the 1v1 shut down. But here at Starbreakers, they have a chance to start getting things done, and for their perspective, you know, if their mental's up, they have to hope that Ballin Ballers' mental is down a little bit. Bam seems to be pretty unaffected, just jumping in, getting all the Zentaro stuff done as well, but really just, they need anything. They don't need Logan's recovery drone to be proc pretty bad, but Bam looking low, an opportunity there in running back for the orb. That's still some stalling, some pressure relieved for Starbreakers. They really just need everything they can take right now. Is Logan getting staggered once again, threatened here. Things are looking a little tough. I don't know if they're able to defend against this onslaught here.
See, the piercing thorns from Lufoxio will be enough to snipe it in, and Ballin Ballers taking the series in 2 games there. A very solid game, too. This is their map, after all, and they certainly played like they owned it on that one. Taking just a quick look at these stats here as well. I mean, everything was coming up. Ballers, that game for sure, and you said it, Dr. Bebop in those corners. Impossible to get through, but even on the open net, Dr. Bebop and Lufoxio had some pretty crazy reactions on the defense. They saved a lot of goals that I think a lot of their teams would have let in, and that was a huge difference maker, not only in this game, but also through this entire series, even in that really tight game 1.
Yeah, the Doctor was just the remedy they needed on this map. That guy was just not letting anything through, and it is really difficult. Gates is such a corner-oriented map. It really fits the Ballin Ballers playstyle, where Dr. Bebop blocks these melee goalies, locks down the enemy forwards, and then Bam shows up on, you know, you got your Zen, Asher. I'm sure he plays a 3rd character. I haven't seen it, but both of those characters are just exceptional in the corner. You do a ton of damage. You push through with all your abilities. Like, they are corner the team. You know, really comfortable there. And they won out on Gates here. Like you said, it's their map. And it's their map for a reason. And come here, get a clean 3-0, and that's that. Anyway, that's it for this series. Anything else you have to say?
Nope. I mean, GG's the Ballin Ballers. That's all. Yeah, that's all for this series, for this week 3 matchup.
Yep, congrats. And we'll be moving on to the next match. I don't know what it is. You'll find out. We'll see you then. Bye.
きらない思い抱えてなんとなく過ごした日々説明のつかない感情